Have you ever felt like you were losing your vital energy day after day without finding a solution? What if I told you there's a biblical story of just 9 verses that reveals the most powerful secret about manifestation and healing you never imagined? A woman who suffered for 12 long years discovered something that doctors couldn't teach, something that changed her reality in a matter of seconds. But attention! What you're about to discover contradicts everything you've been taught about faith, about healing, about the power of your mind. This might shock you, it might shake your deepest beliefs. But if you've stayed until here, it's because your soul is prepared for this revelation. Before we continue, give me a like if you believe in the power of faith. Subscribe to the channel for more content about manifestation, and leave in the comments which area of your life needs healing the most right now. Because what you're about to discover might be exactly what you were waiting for to change everything once and for all. Mark chapter 5, verses 25 to 34. A story that changed my understanding of what it really means to have faith, and that will blow your mind right now. Imagine a woman who had been bleeding continuously for 12 years. 12 whole years. This means she lost her youth, her vital energy, her hope, her dreams. She literally spent everything she had on doctors, all her inheritance, all her savings, everything. But instead of getting better, she only got progressively worse. Society rejected her as impure. Her family abandoned her out of shame. Friends distanced themselves out of fear, and she felt completely alone, invisible, forgotten by God and by men. It was as if she was dying little by little, losing a piece of herself with each passing day. But then something extraordinary and inexplicable happens that will give you chills. She hears about Jesus, and a supernatural belief is born in her heart, a certainty that defies all human logic. Listen carefully to this. She doesn't ask for permission, doesn't wait to be invited, doesn't seek anyone's approval, doesn't question whether she deserves it or not. She simply decides with a determination that cuts like a blade. If I only touch his garments, I will be healed. Stop and think about the tsunami depth of this declaration. She didn't say, maybe I'll be healed. Didn't say, I hope I'll be healed. Didn't say, it would be nice if I were healed. She affirmed with absolute unshakable certainty, I will be healed. This isn't ordinary hope. This is operational faith. Faith that creates realities. And here's the most fascinating and mysterious moment in the entire story that will leave you speechless. She approaches from behind in the middle of the compact crowd, slips between sweaty bodies, overcomes all obstacles, touches the edge of Jesus' garments, and immediately, the Bible emphasizes immediately, in the exact second, the flow of blood stopped completely. 12 years of suffering ended in a fraction of a second. But here comes the most impressive part. Jesus instantly perceives that power went out from him, that something supernatural happened, that energy was transferred. He asks, surprised, "Who touched me?" The disciples are totally confused and irritated. After all, there was an entire crowd pushing and pressing around. But Jesus knew this touch was different from all others. It was a touch charged with absolute faith, a touch that activated the quantum laws of the universe. When the woman presents herself trembling like a leaf, but already completely healed, Jesus reveals the deepest and most revolutionary secret about manifestation that exists in the history of humanity. Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be free from your affliction forever. Did you catch that? Pay attention to this truth that will turn your life upside down. It wasn't Jesus who healed her. It was her faith. It was her power. It was her consciousness that created the miracle. Jesus only confirmed and recognized what she had already created in her inner reality. He was the mirror that reflected the power she already possessed but didn't know. And here comes the absolutely revolutionary interpretation of Neville Goddard, that will blow your mind and forever change how you see reality. Neville Goddard, the greatest mystic and revealer of secrets of the 20th century, explained with surgical precision that this woman represents each one of us when we finally decide to stop being pathetic victims of circumstances and assume our divine creative power. The continuous bleeding symbolizes our vital energy being brutally drained by toxic limiting beliefs, paralyzing fears, destructive doubts, and mental patterns that destroy us from within. The 12 years represent complete cycles of suffering that seem eternal and endless. And the doctors who couldn't help her, they are all the desperate external solutions we try without success. Therapies, medicines, advice, methods, everything we place our hope in, but that fails us miserably. But the touch on Jesus' garments. Here's the secret of secrets that few understand. It wasn't a common physical touch of skin against fabric. It was the precise and magical moment when her imagination completely united, totally merged with the visceral feeling of already being healed. She didn't touch hoping, wishing, or asking to be healed in the distant future. She touched knowing, feeling, living, that she was already healed in the absolute present. This is pure quantum physics in devastating action. Einstein already said that imagination is more important than knowledge. When you perfectly align your consciousness with your desire, when you feel with every fiber of your being the reality of your manifestation before it appears in the dense physical world, you instantly collapse the infinite quantum possibilities into a single concrete and irreversible reality. The Bible in Hebrews 11:1 defines faith in a way that most people have never truly understood. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the absolute conviction of things not seen. Listen carefully. This isn't vague and romantic hope. This isn't superficial positive thinking. This is absolute and unshakable certainty. It's living emotionally, psychologically, energetically in the result before it manifests physically in the material plane. It's assuming the desired state as if it were already a consummated and irreversible reality. When you do this with total conviction, your nervous system enters quantum collapse, your cells begin to reorganize, your vital energy transforms, your DNA reprograms itself, everything aligns to correspond to the new dimensional reality you assumed with operational faith. Now I'll teach you step by step how to apply this revolutionary principle in your life to create real and tangible miracles. First fundamental step, identify exactly what needs to be healed or transformed. It could be physical health, toxic relationships, financial prosperity, destroyed self-esteem, any area of your existence. Second crucial step, instead of asking, begging, or pleading like a cosmic beggar, assume with divine authority that you already have, already are, already possess completely. Third powerful step, every night before sleeping, when your subconscious is most receptive, imagine yourself living this new reality with vivid details and intense emotions. Feel the emotions of gratitude, see the scenes in high definition, hear the sounds of this new life, smell the aromas, touch the textures. Make it more real than your current reality. Fourth decisive step, during the day, whenever poisonous doubt appears trying to sabotage you, declare with unshakable conviction, if I touch the feeling of this healing, it's already mine. If I touch the feeling of this prosperity, it's already mine. If I touch the feeling of this transformation, it's already mine. Understand one fundamental thing that will free you forever. You no longer need to wait for external permission from anyone to change your reality. You don't need others to believe in you or approve your dreams. You don't need to prove anything to anyone, justify anything to anyone, convince anyone of your capability. You don't need to be worthy or deserving in anyone's eyes. Just like that brave and determined woman, you have the absolute and inherent power to touch your own healing, your own transformation, your own miraculous manifestation. The true touch isn't in your physical hands. It's in your creative consciousness, in your divine imagination, in your operational faith. When you unite your unlimited imagination with the deep and visceral feeling of having already received completely, the entire universe conspires, moves, reorganizes itself to materialize this reality in the physical plane. Your faith isn't just a passive religious belief, it's an active and devastating creative force that moves mountains, that heals incurable diseases, that manifests impossible miracles, that breaks all known laws of physics. You carry within your being the exact same and identical power that healed that woman 2,000 years ago. This power hasn't diminished, hasn't been lost, wasn't given only to a chosen few. It's latent within you at this exact moment, waiting to be activated by your conscious decision. It doesn't matter how long you've been suffering. It doesn't matter how many times you've tried and failed. It doesn't matter what others say about you. It doesn't matter how impossible your situation seems. What matters is that now you know the universe's best-kept secret. Now you can consciously touch the edge of infinite quantum possibility and declare with divine authority, I am healed, I am prosperous, I am transformed, I am free. If this message deeply touched your heart, and you felt this was exactly what your soul needed to hear today, that it was the universe conspiring to bring this revelation to you, leave a powerful and energetic like, subscribe to the channel right now for more explosive revelations about manifestation and the law of attraction, and comment "My faith heals me" to activate this quantum transformation energy in your life immediately. Share this video urgently with someone who needs to discover the power of true and operational faith. And remember this truth that will accompany you forever. Your total healing begins with a single touch, the touch of your creative consciousness with the vivid and emotional image of what you desire to manifest. Go in peace and be free from your affliction forever.